An interesting background. Well, I'm a singer, songwriter, pop, dance diva, and a mom of four. So yeah, I live in London, and I'm over here now. We're going to be, we just launched my current single, Is This Love? And it went to #2 last week on the charts in the UK. So we're going to cross fingers for a good Billboard placement here, and no, it's all exciting. It's great. That is a Whitesnake cover. I mean, the whole album is actually original, but we decided to come in with that track because people didn't really know me here yet, so we felt, you know, maybe it's a good idea to actually come in with the cover, which is the one cover that's on the album, and then ultimately introduce the original track slowly but surely. So I have I Am Woman coming out in the summertime, and then I have a song with Snoop Dogg that comes out over the fall. So then the album will launch.
Now, back in the 80s, you used to be into heavy metal.
I know.
How did you get from heavy metal to where you are now?
It's a great story. I actually did a charity album, and it was Motown meets hard rock. And because, you know, I was a child in the 70s, and I loved Motown and I loved disco because that's what my parents were listening to. And then in the 80s, I went the other way. So I had like the big hair and the bandana and the whole thing. And I think that, you know, being older, I was able to pull from those kinds of influences. So when I did this album of Motown covers, I wanted to rock it out. And then what happened was I aligned myself with this charity called Music for Youth, and I brought about 30 or 40 kids in from all around the UK. Really talented kids, because what they do is they provide festivals for kids to get up, all musicians, to get up no matter what they play or what they do or how good they are, to perform in front of, you know, many, many people. And I saw some incredible talent, young talent, so I was like, you know, how cool would it be to sprinkle some of these kids throughout the tracks? So I brought down kids, some of these kids had never even been to London before, strings, choir, bassists, guitarists, and I sprinkled them around the tracks, and it got a little bit of a buzz. In fact, ultimately the album raised over $30,000, which is like, you know, it was an unknown, it was a charity album, and that's a big deal. So there was this DJ that actually had worked, when he was a kid, had an affiliation with Music for Youth as a musician, and, you know, he was like, well, why don't you give me the vocal stem and we'll just remix it and see what happens. Fast forward, and there's Stacey Jackson sitting between Lady Gaga and the Scissor Sisters on the commercial pop charts in the UK, and with a cover song. So I was like, okay, this is a bit weird. And suddenly I'm getting phone calls from producers and DJs going, you know, your vocal really suits this genre of music. Would you like to write an album? And I was like, twist the arm, you know, sure. So I was in the studio for a few months, and we wrote a whole album. So we launched I Am a Woman actually first, just to be honest, just to see whether or not what happened with the cover wasn't just a...
Guys, breakfast!
Hey, where's Michelle?
Oh, just over there.
Is you. Takes me, embrace me forever. I'm a woman and I know what I want, yeah. Just feed me the rhythm. I'm a woman and I know what I want, yeah. Just feed me the rhythm. Don't make me wait for another dawn. The night is forever if you take me on. I'm a woman and I know what I want, yeah. Me forever. I'm free to surrender the taste of your skin. The music takes me, embrace me forever. Forever
because it was a cover. And sure enough, that went to #5 on the commercial pop chart. So obviously I had something going, and then here I am. It was just one of those things.
How did you hook up with Snoop Dogg?
So another one of the songs that I'd written was, my father had passed away during the time that I was doing the charity album. And it was a very exciting time for me, and of course all this has now happened to me. And I had a really weird, vivid dream, like so weird that even when I talk about it, my hair stands up, you know? It was so real, and I haven't dreamt about this since or before, so it's a bit strange. And he came to me in this dream and he said, "You've always wanted this, Stacey. This is your time. This is your chance. You've got to live it, because you are, you know, this is your opportunity. You have to seize the moment. You have to go and do this." I mean, and it was like one of those, like the way a dad talks to their kid, you know, and you're like, okay. And meanwhile, I woke up completely freaked out, you know, and I wrote this song about my father visiting me in the dream. So I wrote this song called "Live It Up," which is what he told me I needed to do. And I wrote it with a rap part, not necessarily a rapper, but like a part for a rap. And I thought I'd revisit the charity kids, you know, some young, up-and-coming urban kid, right? And at this point, because I technically had a couple of hits under my belt, my management had changed and said, "No, Stace, you're in a different place right now. You've got to go for the gold. Let's ask Snoop Dogg." I mean, it was as random as that. And I was like, "Really? What are you smoking? I mean, are you serious?" And you were probably hanging out with Snoop, but you know, I was like, "You're gonna be joking." I mean, Snoop Dogg probably gets like a zillion things.
I was all alone and sleeping in my bed. All those crazy dreams were just running round my head. It's like I saw a spirit that took me by surprise, who told me that my dream was right before my eyes. And you release me, and you teach me, take me by the hand and show me who I am. Yeah, you release me, 'cause you believe in me. Let me show you who I am. Gotta live it up, you can't give it up for one more night. Really getting higher, live it up, you can't give it up for one more night. Really getting higher, live it up, give it up, one more night.
Live it up, give it up. Just live it up.
I can't spend too much time trying to analyze. This ain't no silly game, it's gonna be a crazy ride. It's like I saw a spirit who took me by the hand and breathed his soul into me and made me understand. And you release me, and you teach me, take me by the hand and show me who I am. Yeah, you release me, 'cause you believe in me. Let me show you who I am. Gotta live it up, you can't give it up for one more night. Really getting higher, live it up, you can't give it up for one more night. Really getting higher, live it up, you can't give it up for one more night. Really getting higher, live it up, you can't give it up for one more night. Really getting higher.
Lots of love, time to share. Drop your purse, let down your hair. I wanna make you think you where you never been. Doggy land, it will never end. We gon' bubble, D-O double G. No worries, you in trouble, see. Get enough, live it up, give it up.
And you release me, and you teach me, take me by the hand and show me who I am. Yeah, you release me, 'cause you believe in me. Let me show you who I am. Gotta live it up, you can't give it up for one more night. Really getting higher, live it up, you can't give it up for one more night.
Like, well, I've done some work with Snoop before, you know, let's give it a whirl and see what happens. You're no worse off if he says no, you know. Anyway, 5 days later, not only did he love the track, but he loved the whole story. And you know, these days you can send parts back and forth. Everything's so digital. So you know, normally, you know, yeah, send me this parts. I'll write a rap. I'll send it back. He goes, get her over here. I want to meet her. So like 5 days later, I'm on a plane to Boston. I was still writing the contract. I was like looking it over on the plane, because you know, it all happened so fast. And I spent a couple of days in Boston.
Is that where you made the video?
That's where we made the video.
It's a great video.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, and we're going to actually recut it because we're going to remix it differently for the North American market, because that was the European market, and you know, you have to be able to amortize your tracks and get it played, obviously. So. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't sleep for 48 hours. I mean, it was insane. I went to a show, then we were backstage, and we had to do some drops for radio stations there, you know, hi, this is Snoop and Stacey, you know. It was the cutest thing. I had like the best time ever. I still can't get over it that I had done this. And if you think about it, it's not even a year ago. So I've only been, I guess, you know, doing this in the last 18, 20 months. So it's all only just happened, you know. There's a saying, it says, you know, it takes years to become an overnight success.
You also have a big family too, right?
Yeah, I've got
so
4 children.
Juggling family and a music career?
It's really interesting. In fact, something just happened before. I was just doing an interview via Skype, and my son, my 9-year-old, just rang me on the phone. And I have
4 children, right?
I have 4. And my third child, my third son, he's on a school trip, and he's 9, so I gave him one of these pay-as-you-go phones because he's in Switzerland. So I was like, text me anytime, call me anytime. So sure enough, he called me, and I took the call. I was in the middle of an interview. I'm like, I gotta go. I have to take this call. It's my son, you know. So it's very hard to juggle, but you have to prioritize, and I do. And when I'm away for a long period of time, you know, I don't normally tour for months at a go. You know, the longest I'm away is like 10 or 12 days. And it's insane. I mean, I can do 8 shows.
How long is this tour gonna be?
Well, this is the last day. Thank God, I can't wait to go home. I'm dying. Yeah, I mean, I was in Vegas, LA, Chicago, Miami, Toronto, Montreal. It's like every day I'm in another city, doing press, doing radio, performing. It's been a whirlwind.
How would you compare the North American scene to the London scene?
You know,
Similar, different?
You know, it depends. I mean, I would say very similar. I mean, I've done a lot of gay stuff as well, like gay clubs and gay pride. And
Stacey Jackson, Snoop Dogg. So come out July. Houses all over, sleeping around me. All those crazy dreams were just running by my head. It's like I so sweet. Took me by surprise. Told me that my dream was right before my eyes. And you released me. Take me by the hand and show me who I am. Now you release me, 'cause you need me. Let me show you who I am. I gotta feel it. You can't feel it. One more time. I feel it. I feel it. You can't feel it. One more time. I feel it. I feel it.
I'm very fortunate to have a really fantastic following in the gay community. They like dance music, they like what I'm putting out, and so, you know, if I'm doing particularly a gay club, if they don't know the music yet, they just love the music, and they're very embracing. And I think, you know, I just did something acoustic the other day in Montreal, and
yes, I saw some of your stuff up on YouTube. It's very interesting.
yeah, thank you. And I think what that does also is it shows that I have variety and that, you know, I can sing.
Yeah, it's kind of rare to see someone playing their own instrument these days.
Yeah, I know. But luckily I had an accompaniment. I had a guitarist with me. But you know, I like to be able to be versatile and be able to show people that I can do whatever they, you know, whatever works for them. And so, you know, I've done rugby matches where I had to perform in front of, you know, tens of thousands of people in the middle of the pitch. So you just have to know your crowd, really, and so you want to be able to give them what, you know. So I think every market is different, and even state to state or venue to venue, you have to be able to know what you're going to give your people, you know. And even what I wear is different. If I'm playing in a gay club, you know, I'm specifically, you know, a little bit more out there, and you know, if I'm playing at a rugby match, you know, so you have to be versatile.
So what do you look forward to in 2012?
Ooh, I'm so excited because my album's going to come out at the end of the year.
How can people reach you on the web?
Okay, so my album's coming out at the end of the year. So obviously I'm going to be coming out with the Snoop track, and before that I Am a Woman, which hopefully will do well. And yeah, where they can reach me, definitely on my website, staceyjackson.com, or Facebook /StayRox, back to my 80s days. So that's SGAEROX, and Twitter's the same, StayRox.
Nice. Thanks for coming on the Videopoem. Good luck this year.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thanks.